Good evening, campers. Kevin again, welcome back to the live chats. How's everyone been? How's everyone's week been? Anyone been getting out on adventures? Let's try and wait for everyone to join. Set up the chat. I see we've got somebody in the house already. Who have we got? Thumbs up my own because I'm sad like that. And it is William. You must have been here on the dot, bud. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Really good. How are you? We've got Owen, Albion Camping, evening Kevin all. Set that back a bit, that's a bit better. A bit too close to my face. We've got 5 up in the house, evening to everybody. I tried to turn as much Wi-Fi stuff off around the house so we don't have all that buffering we had last week. It's a bit temperamental and intermittent. I don't know what the problem is. I just wish I could get it on the webcam and do it on the computer then, 'cause that'd be a wired connection then, but such is life, can't have everything. We've got Loafer up in here. Let's do this. What's the weather doing over there? How many feet of snow have you got? I just looked on my Facebook today, and this time last year we had snow on the ground in my part of the world, but not this year. It's been really mild actually, really mild winter. I know. I was talking to Gareth. Was it earlier on or yesterday? And he's gagging for a bit of snow. Talk of the devil. Gareth is over wild camps evening. No timing is out tonight. Well, don't be saying any forbidden words. It should be auto. I'm going to put on my settings. Do you know what? You can change which words you want to ban out, like swear words or racist words or anything like that. And it's going to be that word. I'm going to edit it so we can't even be typed. He says all that, and then he's going to do it. I've got a new series lined up for the channel. I'm still signed off for a couple of months from work, yeah, and I've not really been doing a lot with other than walking. I've not been doing a lot with myself. So I thought, like, after I get back from my walks, I could probably go in the woods and have a bit of start making a few projects. I'm going to take my SAS Survival Handbook or Bushcraft 101 or something, and start making project videos. You know, like where I go in the woods and I don't know, do something, make something, and then probably do my lunch in the woods. So you might all get sick of seeing me. The next couple of months, it might be 2 or 3 times a week you see me, depending on camping and these videos and the live chats. So if you start seeing too much of me and it's offending you, just still let me know. Brendan Allen, hi Kevin O, evening B. I'm not. Hey guys in the chat, says Gareth and Zoe. We've got Ant Manstuff TV. Hello, you 6 people. Good evening to you, bud. Lev says it's about 2 degrees Celsius and the sky's on fire. We're all well and good. Did I decide on any bags earlier? I think I did. I think I've seen one on eBay. Like I say, it's not for me, it's for Lily. She needs to. I think she's got a 35 litre pack, and she can probably carry like a 50 litre pack now. Plus, like, the straps ripping off her backpack, so she needs a new one. But it's never going to be that full, hopefully, because obviously I take all the cooking equipment and all the food and water and stuff. She only has to carry her personal stuff, like. So yeah, it was the Montaigne one. I think it was 35 quid in Go Outdoors. They've got it on for sale at the minute, but that'll do. If it was for me and needed to carry a bit more weight, I probably wouldn't trust a cheaper one. But for her, it should be fine. Has anyone, can't see who's in the chat. I can't see who's in my WhatsApp. No, I don't think anyone's been out recently, because I would have either seen your video or seen it on seen your Instagrams for sure. Hopefully getting out at the weekend though. Just Saturday night. I've got a couple of new bits of kit I want to test out and just get out. So I should have a video next week. I have done a little bit of leather work, probably you've seen on Instagram. 2 or 3 days last week I was doing a bit of 2 videos to put out as well for leather. I'll show you one of them, because I've got them at the side of me. I've just made that for my skillet, so fed up of getting a burnt hand, so I've just made a leather handle cover for my skillet. I made a couple of Sammy inspired pouches. They're not really true traditional shape of Sammy pouches, but got a tea and coffee pouch made up and a tin pouch. And what else did I do? Oh, my salt and peppers. I've got just made a little case for them. So when I'm doing a bit of cooking on these videos or on my normal camps, I can get some spices or salt and pepper and that, chuck it in my food. We've got Dan in the house, Camp Life Bushcraft, evening Dan. So yeah, what's everyone else been up to? It's getting to that time of year now where I think I'm not getting out enough, and all I've done is just been watching YouTube or been watching a lot of fishing actually. I know it's something that Lily's really been interested in since a young kid, and I've never really pursued it that much, because whenever we've gone out, I've always been camping. But she loves sitting on the side of. When we used to go to Silsden for the West Yorkshire Bushcraft, she'd just be sitting on the side of the canal all day fishing. She loves it. So yeah, hopefully do a bit of fishing, maybe some even overnighters. I might film it, but I don't know where I'll put it. I don't know if I'd really want to put it on the Woodland Campercraft channel, and I definitely wouldn't want to put it on the Big Cad channel. So God knows where I'd put a video, but I might just upload it to YouTube, and if people wanted to see it, I could just send them the link and just keep it like private, just for memories, really. You know, I could show my grandkids if I ever get any out like that. How much does me pack make? Well, I've got all my stuff in the LK35. And when we weighed it last night, it was like 12 kilograms. But it is, you know, it's not a massive walk into my woods or anything like that. And there is a lot of luxuries in there. But that'll probably be like 15, 16 kilograms by the time I've added food and camera stuff. It's mad. Hi all, I've watched the last 3 live feeds. I had an induction from the job I'm starting any day now, so I walked 3 miles to get there, but it's en route to the woods I go to, so a nice walk. That's Tony's Adventures. I'm considering trying to fish through the ice Friday. Someone please talk me out of it. Is it like proper ice fishing, or just you've got to break the ice on a river or something? Because I've always liked the look of that, where they have them little tents put around a little hole, and they get the big drills out and just sit in a little tent. It'd be all right. I've had the urge to go back to do that magnet fishing as well, but the thought of chucking my magnet through icy water and keep retrieving ice cold rope all day has put me off it a bit. I just want it to be warmer weather. I know some people are dying to get out in the snow and camp and all that, but I think I'm a bit of a baby since I broke my back. I think the cold just gets to me a little bit more than it used to, or I'm getting old, and there's probably the other one. I love to move somewhere warm where it was just warm all the time, so the joints don't seize up and stuff. I'm going to look for some open running water so I can stay on land. What will you be fishing for? Pleasure, food, and what type of fish? We can catch pike and stuff all around here, but I won't eat them. Sharks. Don't think the ocean's ever frozen. Put a vid of what? Maybe fishing. But like I say, I don't know where I'd put the. I don't know where I'd put the video. I'd want to record it, but I just wouldn't know where to put it. So I'd probably keep it as private, and then if someone had asked, you know, if someone was interested in watching it, we could just send them a link, something like that. Andy, Kent Survival is up in the house. If it was camping and fishing, then that's different. I probably would upload that, but just sat around a lake or a river one day, you know, it's not really what people come to the channel for, is it? I know I've already alienated everyone once before, and that didn't turn out too good. So I think I'm going to grab a beer. I broke January last night. January was out the window. I had a few beers last night at the river spot. Maybe. Got my brew dog and already smashed that like button. Dig that punk IPA. I'm just more of a bit of a lager out, in all honesty. I'm rotating the punks and clockwork tangerines. Sneaky rum and raspberry here. Have you still got my vodka in your fridge? Or you had it? Because you're going to be making me some more. Because if you are, I might just bring a little hip flask with me. Prep Nomad gave me one ages ago as a present, and I've never used it because I'm not really a spirit drinker. But Zoe's drank it. Zoe's in trouble. -1. Well, I didn't drink, because like I say, I'm not a massive spirit drinker, but I just thought it'd be nice just to put in my little hip flask. He come with a few one time, but he gave us all one. I think it was at Ants camp. Everyone got a hip flask. I was thinking about using it for my mess, but making me an energy drink and calling it Dake Amp. Oh, you dick! As if you made me read that out. Let me just go get something for Brendan, by the way. I knew it as soon as I read it. As soon as I read it, I realised I'd done. You got me good and proper. I've just been working on your thing, B. I've just got to stitch this one edge now. So you're gonna have to go out and get yourself a Laplander, mate. Is it focusing? Got me good and proper. It took him a second. Bugger. Someone put him in a timeout. X-Country Adventures. Hello all. Hello X-Country. Welcome to the chat tonight. I've not seen you around before. The name don't ring a bell, so a warm welcome to you. Is Brendan still here, or is he gone? Do you like it, Ray, or is it a bit naff? So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. Nice woodland camp. at the weekend. Ease me back into getting out. I want to take the Dutch oven and do a big stew or a casserole. Fairly like the idea of a nice sausage casserole, something hearty and filling for a cold. It's supposed to be rain free all weekend, but dropping down to like 2 Celsius. So, and now I've got my skillet, and it's going to be a heavy camp in it, carrying a Dutch oven and a skillet. But and I've got a big new grill I want to take as well and try out. But I think it's the same as that one Andy had in his A-frame shelter, that big square metal one. I've had them on my watch list for that long that they've gone from like 20 quid in price to about £8.97. I paid for it or something. So yeah, love sausage casserole, caps lock. I'm itching to get out on a camp. Well, you've been out late. You've been out more recent than I have. I'm itching to get out. Caps lock Gareth, us two Owen. Kev, I did a live stream from camp Sunday and gave a shout out to the chat and the 12 camp challenge. Said I was going to try and weave it into what I do for the year. Oh, nice one. I've not seen the last. I think you posted a video today, didn't you? And live from the woods. I spoke to Owen about it the other day because he was asking me how to set thumbnails up on the live chat, but my internet was off for a day. For somehow, I don't know how, but in December I managed to not pay my bill, so they put it on like a suspended account. So I had to go in, pay, and get it reactivated, get the line reactivated. I don't know how I missed it, and because I'm not getting the service that I'm supposed to be. It's only half price at the minute. It's supposed to be $26 a month. I think I'm only paying like $12.50 or $12.99 because they're not giving me the speeds that they said they could. So yeah, I don't know how I missed it. But yeah, I did Lily a load of vouchers that she can cash in whenever she wants, like days at theme parks, days at the beach, days at water parks, all that sort of stuff, and she's cashing on it in this weekend. So yeah, we're just going out just for the Saturday. Yeah, I set up a live chat and then started a new one from camp by accident. Assumed it would automatically just go live on. I'm trying to go live on YouTube, but it's coming up with an error code saying that I can't go live because I can't use my webcam because it's being used in another. The webcam's being used for something else. And I've went through and deleted Skype and anything that could use the webcam, I've got rid of, and it's still not letting me do it. But it's only ever happened since YouTube changed their settings. So I think they want people to use an encoder. That's what they want. It's like on my other account, I can't even go live. You know, like your mobile live off your phone, you can't even go live anymore unless you've got a certain amount of subscribers for mobile. It's all a bit weird. But yeah, so I can't. I have to set up a new chat every time. I can't just like schedule a chat to start at a certain time every week that I used to be able to. And yeah, webcam being used for Kev's other live show. I wish. I'll probably be a bit richer. Nudie Rudy one. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, unfortunately, I don't think anyone would have really paid to see me. Sometimes I scare myself if I walk past the mirror naked. So yeah. When I'm pretty sure I know when Gareth's going out. When's Andy, Owen, when you next getting out? We're going. We've also got a date for the Blue Lagoon. A few of us are going back down there now. I'm in love with the place, honestly. I think it's stunning. It offers, for me and Lily, it offers us everything. It offers us camping, it offers us scenery, it offers us crystal clear waters, a bit of adventure with the cliff diving, and all that. A chance to use the boats, a chance to use inflatables. You know what I mean? It offers us a little bit of everything. So I said that to a couple of people that I wanted to go back this year, and everyone was like, "Yeah, I'd love to go there." You know, Ant-Man Stuff TV, Brendan, and a few others. So we've got a few going. If anyone would be interested, I'll tell you the dates and go into the Blue Lagoon. It is absolutely stunning. I don't know how many of you have watched my the 2 videos from last summer where I've been there, but it is a stunning place. Looks like the dislike has been and left his dislike and probably left. So thanks for coming and giving us another view. Getting out hopefully soon. Just back from Devon, probably do a local tarp and bivvy and get back out somewhere further afield. Yeah, I'm just going local. Yeah, just going local this weekend. So the lagoon on your vamping trip looked a lot of fun. Oh, it is brilliant. It's stunning. And honestly, I've been to some nice places, you know, abroad, and the water was as good as anywhere I've ever been. It was absolutely crystal. When the first time that we got to the Blue Lagoon, and we went obviously straight to the cliff diving site, the more popular bit, and then we come back in the boat. We had some food, and then literally we was in there till 9 o'clock at night. Everyone had gone. We was in there. Everyone sort of left about 8 o'clock, and just me and Lily. And there was like 6-foot waves, and we was just jumping the waves. Honestly, I was on about it to someone the other day. I think it was 6 hours straight we was in that water. It was crazy. Shame all the other people knew about it too. Well, I think on paper, I think like we've got penciled in around. I think there's like 6 of us. Kev, Jeff, and Brenda, Ben. Boy, yeah, I think there's about six different vehicles going. So it is far. It is far for me. It's like 5.5 hours on a good day. 6 hours, 6.5 hours if you're in any sort of traffic. But it's well worth it. It is. It favours van campers more though. You know, people with van setups. Obviously, you can go up in the hills and camp there. Or there's like some older derelict buildings that are pointing out in the video. That's all flat and grassy, but not very private. I don't know if I'd want to pitch there, but I think Ben's coming and he said he will either sleep in the car. But I think what we could do for Ben is we could put a tarp up between a couple of the vans and then a tarp at the back and give him his own little private area. And it's really rocky and stony, so that's why it don't lend itself to tents, because it's like literally like a stone beach and all that. Maybe what I said I'd do for Ben is just bring my cart bed and he can just sleep on that under a tarp or something. So yeah, I think we're gonna go and head off for about 4 or 5 days there, so it makes the long drive worth it. And it's just £10 a night for the vehicle to stay overnight. It's not a lot of money. The only thing that I'm glad about though is if somebody will go in a car, because obviously someone's going to run out of supplies, and it'd just be easier for just one of the cars just to bomb off into the village and get a few supplies, a bit more fresh water or something, a few beers, because obviously that'd be the most important thing that we run out of. My bloody WhatsApp in the background is going mental. It's because I'm trying to plan with the boys about getting out at the weekend. So yeah, Devon. I've been to Devon once. I went. Yeah, we had. I think I've got a video out on my channel. It was strange because we went to between right on the border of like Somerset and Devon, and I went to see a folk artist who we know, and when we was in his village, there was a big massive like car park, and there was a car on. Well, someone pulled into the car park with like flames coming out the car and parked it in between two other cars and legged it and called the fire brigade. And I was like, why would you just go and park in front of two other cars? So next thing you know, there was 3 cars on fire. Yeah. Shame all the other people know about it. Can you get from the mainland to the point, the bit that surrounds the lagoon? I mean, on the top flat bit. It's yeah, you can get round. There's like a path up in the hills. Flavoured water, yeah, apple and raspberry sparkling water. This one. But yeah, we're not doing very well on the viewers tonight. Only 5 in. Normally always keep about 15. So I hope I'm not I hope I'm not boring anyone tonight. I think B's been and gone because he ain't mentioned his Laplander sheaf. How's the walking going? Yeah, I'm getting up to about just over 10k now. I've not been out for a few years actually because I've been doing a few other bits and bobs like, you know, food shopping and all that. But it's usually been Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays that I've been getting out. So that's where I'll probably get out tomorrow. I think B is offline looking after viewers online. Yeah, he's probably just come and said hello. He normally says hello, and then I'm not sure if he just sits in the background or not, but I'm sure he would have. I'm sure he would have said it looked all right. Sheaf licks some. Yeah, I've made it for B. I've got like some ferro rod holders for the people that was going to come to Christmas camp, and I've just still got them on the worktop as well. I think I've got about 5 or 6 of them made up. That's why my day pack is so heavy. Yeah, everything's in there. Everything's got a leather case, and I said it to Gareth before. I must have 3 kilogram worth of leather in the bag. I had my first long walk of the year on Dartmoor yesterday. Quit smoking again, October, so I felt good. What sort of mileage did you cover? Or well done for giving up the smoking as well. I'm trying to get into some fitness and as well, and it's like anything. Where I walk, it's so flat. It's unbelievable that I just know that if I try and get some miles under my boots on some sort of altitude, I'm going to be. Well, it's normally my calf just start burning up, and it literally feels like they're on fire, rather than my lungs. But I don't think when did I give up smoking? It's coming up for about 13 years. Yeah, because Lily's 12, and I stopped smoking. Me and Mum stopped smoking when we found out she was pregnant. So yeah, it must be about 13 years for me. Yeah, it must have been when I was a young whippersnapper at 25, give up smoking. 1 year quit smoking for me, 10 years for Gareth. I don't even think I could afford to these days. I'm sure I was in the shop the other day and someone bought 20 ciggies and it was like 12 quid. I think when I stopped smoking, 20 ciggies was like £4.50. It was mad. I think when I started smoking, you get a pack of 10 for 88p. It's crazy. Five for Zoe with her big Cuban cigars. You can't talk about her ex-fella like that. We're all quitters. I used to sell 20p cigs in my local back in the 90s. It's mad. Yeah, well, this is what I said the other day. I remember when I was at school and I used to sell ciggies for like 50p each. And now they cost more than that. That's like the equivalent of me charging £2.50 for a bloody one ciggy now. It's crazy. In my local shop when I was a kid, they weren't bothered. Lucky Supermarket, I remember it was called, and you could go in there at any age and they'd sell you ciggies. It used to sell. Marcus Sanderson, evening all. Good evening to you, buddy. Welcome to the chat tonight. We're doing low on numbers, so I'm pleased you turned up. £12.55 for a pack of 20 B&H. Yeah, but you don't even get 20 in them now, though, do you? I'm sure they're only like 16s or 18s. I don't think they'll have to sell 20s, are they? What was the fags that had 24 in a pack? I was a backy smoker, only affordable way now. Yeah, me too. Before I quit, I went on to tobacco. I only used to like smoke proper fags if I went up to the pub. When you could smoke in a pub, that was anyway, or a nightclub or something. I remember them, but can't remember the brand. Yeah, smoke back too. £12.55. And I used to do 20 a day, so that's over 100 quid a week, man. £4.50 for 50 grams, I think. You must be joking. I think my mum smokes that Unbelief, and I think that's 20 odd quid for 50 grams in the shop. Last time I went on the ferry to Amsterdam, I thought I was being clever, and I brought a load of tobacco back, hoping that I was going to make some money back for the ferry trip. And people were selling it round here for cheaper than I paid for it on the ferry at duty free. Still get the odd craving now and again. Yeah, after a year you probably will do. I think it was like 3 or 4 years before I stopped. It was like any time that you'd associate smoking, like with going out or going in the pub or anything like that, whenever I stopped, whenever I did anything like that, that's when I really used to crave it bad. Oh, that's what you used to pay for it. Yeah. God, yeah, it's well over 20 odd quid now. Samson. Oh, God, you used to smoke some crap then. Samson was horrible. Too dry for me, that. Used to burn my throat out. I think I used to, Golden Virginia, I think I used to have. But I did used to let it dry out a little bit. I've stopped to start a few times over the years. I do like it. That's the problem. As I really liked it as well, but I don't know. Every morning, great big flame and everything all in my mouth. Yeah, I hated it. I remember when I first gave up and it was all like coming out over the like coming weeks. My lungs all clearing. Oh, it was nasty. Nothing like a roll up sat by a campfire, especially on solo. Now I'm craving it. I just don't do it. What have you done? Have you gone teetotal or you're on like one of them e-cigs? Because I don't know how much I trust them things either. Golden Virginia was too wet. Yeah, I was the opposite. Samson or Drummer out like that was too dry for me. Too harsh. Nothing like a roll up. Nothing like a roll up sat by a campfire, especially a solo. So what is people's like routines then when they are sat around a campfire? What's there to do thing? I know some people like to read at the side of the campfire, leaning up against a tree or something. Or what's like sort of people's like ritual, so to speak? I think mine is just taking my socks and shoes off and warming my feet up on the fire. But sometimes I don't take my socks off. I remember I was on a camp with Paul a couple of years ago in the woods, and I had my feet too close to the fire, and it burnt all the glue out my boots. And when I tried to stand up, like the soles just fell off both shoes. I had to duct tape my shoes up. Cold turkey, hate vape and other things. Just stringing it out longer. Yeah, I agree. Storytelling and coffee. Well, that's one of my new things. I've just got a new coffee percolator as well. Cook, eat, carve and fart, arse around with camera mostly. I need to do a bit more carving. That's going to be part of these projects, I think. This new series that I'm going to try and do. I want to base like the series mainly on like campcraft. But it's hard because that's what I do whatever I want in the woods, you know, hunt and stuff like that. But just can't have permanent structures at my woods, unfortunately. So, although I know the owner's just had some major surgery, like. Trying to remember the name of those bags. 12 and 24 packs. Oh, it's going to be driving us mad now. We'll chat with that, isn't it? Because I'm going to be trying to remember them too. I'm going to have to be careful when I'm in the woods because I think Lily's just got an upgraded phone and she's now got like loads of data and everything else, and she just spent it on Instagram mainly last time we was in the woods. I know we slept in the van, so it wasn't a proper camp, but yeah, she was just I just noticed, I thought, God, she's got her head in that phone a lot. She did try and build a bit of a den and dig a bit of an hole and stuff. Yeah, hopefully when the warmer weather comes, we'll not be falling into that trap. Rothmans, Royals. All the R's. No, it's evading me. Royals. Yes, must have been Royals. Gareth said yes. I don't think I've even ever heard of them. So I can remember the ones that I used to get like a little ticket in the front, like a little card or something. I can't remember what it was. 25 per pack. I googled it. I don't even think they sell 25 grams of tobacco anymore, do they? I think they only do the 50 grams now. Or is it 30 or something? Or is it the 12 and a halves? I can't remember. I know you couldn't buy it. You couldn't buy the smaller packs of tobacco now to try and stop the kids buying it. I think that was the idea behind that one. Yeah, definitely don't miss that at Spence either. But it's like one of them things when people say, oh, you're going to be so much better off. You never notice you are. You just spend it on other crap. I've had to rein myself in just lately, just keep buying loads of little shit off eBay all the time. It's like little camping bits here, little camping bits there, and it all bloody adds up. Woods of Wisdom Bushcraft has joined the party. Evening all. Googled it too, but it wasn't helping. Because your Google search history is just full of porn, Gareth. How many definites you got on the night hike then? Only Kev porn. Nice. You're gonna have to wash your eyes out. 400 on the night hike. That'd be a pretty busy car park. Anyone crossed anything off the 12 camp challenge yet? No, I really did want to get out last week and do the cave one, but it meant I would have had to do it with Lily, and I was unsure. I was doing an hour in. She would have loved it. Would have been good on our Instagram story, but I don't know. Just never got the vibe for it. No idea. Probably not too many. It's not everyone's bag. I've done it, just didn't feel many. I suppose technically anyone could have done, because anyone that's camped since we started it could have done it, because there was a creator's choice. So you could technically call your bell tent camp with the stove as your creator's choice sort of one, and knocked it off. So you'd be in the lead. Not got any prizes are outside yet. I'm sure I can make something for the lever though. Should have went in the back garden and all that wind, see if the fence fell down on you. Can my creator's choice be your bed too? I bet you get more takers on that than the night hike. I was also thinking about this weekend, but Lily's casting one of her vouchers. I was thinking of going up to Ingleton Falls for the day, and then on to that what's the pub called? The highest pub in England anyway, you know, at the top of the Yorkshire Dales. What's it thingy? The highest inn. A bit worried about doing any big distance. Behave. It's only because of your long flowing locks, Gareth. We all fancy you. I ain't got a clue what my creator's choice would be. If I get banged up for out, that'll be it. I'll just call it camping in police station. Hi, Andrew. Yeah, we're looking forward to getting the boat out as well. A canoe camp. Mine would probably be the Moors. Should count. Should do. Definitely count. As it's your choice. Yeah, I was looking for inspiration earlier on. And I had a look around Lincolnshire, and Lincolnshire on the Wolds. Well, I couldn't get inspired to do anything. Every single thing that all the attractions was basically just manor houses, and I don't think they'd want me on there camping on there. Next one should be up on, that's not on the list. That's a bit easy camping. That's a bit too easy. Just out camping would be nice. Have you been away, Brendan? We've been talking about you. Snow would be good. Do you think we'll get snow on the night hike? It's usually around February that we get snow. I'd have to get a new sleeping bag before I sleep in the snow, I think. And a AirPad. just I've blown so many holes in, like in air pads. I don't want to buy a good one because I just do the same. Yeah, quite often snow in April in the peaks. I was surprised when we was in Lake District last year there was no snow about. Then again, we didn't really mooch anywhere, did we? But well, yeah, that's not even too far away. Is it April? How cold have you gotten your DD quilt down to? Ooh. I would hazard a guess. I would hazard a guess around -7 or 8. But I don't think I would have. I think I would have used it in conjunction with something else. So yeah, I definitely would have had the Arctic bag. I definitely would have had the under blanket, and I more than likely had another sleeping bag inside the Arctic bag. So I'm not sure, but I think it was like -7 or -8, and like it felt like, you know, like the wind chill factor. And I think it was like -10, -11, and that's the coldest. But I was on about it last chat or the chat before. There was 4 of us, so we had 2 lines of 2 hammocks, and in between each one we had a long fire in between each one. Firmer rest of a lifetime guarantee. Not sure how good that is, but yeah. Do they really? We'll snow up the tops. Didn't know that, Owen. Good to know. Yeah, I didn't know that either, Andy. Elkcat has a 3 years returns on their mats to cow. Nice one. Big John. Hey, kept driving and listening, Palo. Everything's good in the chat. Can't comment back because driving. Yeah, all good, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Still driving at this time, or you've been driving in like the mornings and listening? Hey at Woodland Camping Craft and people on the side chat from CR. Welcome back to the chat, CR. And Brendan says going back to Edale. Yeah, B. I was just showing people in the chat earlier. I've just got to stitch this side, but this one's yours, mate. Just got to do you've just got to get yourself a Laplander now, bud, for your kit. That's good, Kev. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at a firmer rest then. I did have my eyes on them before, but like I say, I keep breaking that many. I didn't want to buy an expensive one and just do the same. I bought a really good one. What was it? Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. I brought one. It's the one that Carlisle uses on in his videos. Pammy's got the 4-inch. I only got the 3-inch because of carrying it. What's the name of it? I think you had it as well, Owen. The real fat one, the real spongy one, like self-inflating airbed. Yeah, what was I going to say? I tried it on my first camp, and even though everyone's rates about it, and you know what Carlisle is always sleeping on the on all the rocks, he just lays it down on rocks and sleeps on there, and he says he has a decent enough night's sleep. But mine, where the valve is, I never got around to sending it back, but it was like, I think it was like a 40-odd quid iPad. But where the valve is, it wasn't glued right. So as soon as you sat on it, it just come out the air, just come out next to the valve. because obviously they just glue the material onto the valve. Obviously you can't stitch through the sticker rope, and yeah, it was just there wasn't even any sign of any glue ever being there. Just I had really bad luck with them. It looks cool. Thanks, sound mate. You're welcome, B. Been on the road since 7, doing 15 hours today. Jesus Christ. Glenn says, nice. I might be picking up one for the wife tomorrow. Price matched and go outdoors for cheaps. Nice. A lot of people don't know about the price matching and go outdoors. But the go outdoors will match any price. And if you're a vet either, or you're in the services, or you're in the scouts, or even doing the DOE, the go outdoors will give you discounts to all of them people. See, I'm waving. Bushcraft show for me this year, Brenda. I've only got a snug pack one and Femarest, both have been good. Or bulky can't beat the old army sleep mats. Being good. £75 mat for 40 quid. Oh, nice one. Which one is it? Yeah, I definitely have to get a new sleeping bag and a new mat. They are stopping that as they've been brought out by JD Sports. Oh, I thought Femarest Neo Air Venture square, green and 5 centimeters thick. Might have to have a look at that. I might pop over before they stop it. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm sure. Yeah, I think someone did pop up about JD Sports, but I didn't look into it. Didn't look into it. Read much into it. No, it was a racist. That no, I didn't know that, but it was a good feature. Gutted as they've stocked loads of stuff. I just realised buffering then. Hope that's not going to be happening all night. We've got Big Ben in here, Yorkshire Underwear. Evening, chaps. All right, Ben. The worst thing about when it buffers like that is this we lose so many videos. Everyone thinks we're done. Everyone thinks the live chat's over and leaves. And we've been struggling for viewers tonight. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that one, Owen. Maybe it'd be worth me getting it just before they stop all that. Where's it for 40 quid at though? So I can point them in the right direction. Wonder if they just merged the shops like Carrymore as well, didn't they? And look what they did to them. They ruined them. Well, the shoes side of it, I think the clothing and the backpacks and that is still the same, but the shoes are just crap now. Definitely didn't put the same effort into the boots. I used to love every single pair of Carrymores. Yeah, we're doing it through mobile at the minute. We've had a problem with the PC, so we're uploading through the mobile, and every so often I just get like a spike in the Wi-Fi, so it buffers a bit. Or go JD go. No, as soon as that Ashley, whatever his name is, gets hold of it, it really ruins it, doesn't he? Everything's just about a book. Quality goes out the window. What's any other shops that people like to go to? I know. I can't remember where I got my boat from now. Gareth, what shop did I buy my boat from? I know that they deliver, but we ain't got a big shop like that. Sometimes, like when you're buying stuff like that, especially clothing, you want to go and try it on, don't you? Decathlon, that's it. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, a lot of people like to shop at Decathlon. Here we go. We're definitely not what they used to be, caramel. To be solid. I do like Decathlon. Your nearest shop is next to IKEA, Nottinghamshire. Go big shop there. Some things are still better to go in store and buy, like clothes and shoes, definitely. And backpacks as well. I think I'd want to be trying on a backpack for sure. If it was going to be an expensive one. Decathlon do free delivery to Asda. Nice. What's the other one as well? Is it Macro? I'll tell you what, I've never done. All the times I've been up in Silsden, I never went into Snugpack. I should have done, really. And again, it's still only an hour and a half away. That's next on the list after a good air pad is a good sleeping bag and possibly one for Lily. And I think I'm going to go for the Snugpacks for both. Just bulletproof out there, they're sleeping bags. You know what you're getting with them. If I try backpacking store, I'll bring a gallon of water to see. A pack on the bungees. I shared it in the group. I'd rather be camping. And we couldn't work out with this backpack that when you're walking, it slides up and down to counteract the weight in the pack. But we couldn't figure out if you was to like go over some stepping stones over a river or something, if the bouncing would actually throw you off balance and make you fall in or whatever. And then we've seen the price of it about 480 quid, which is probably like 1,000 Canadian for a backpack, which just seemed insane, especially really untested. I've used a lot of the Quattro gear from Decathlon. It's all been pretty good items, to be fair. Brought my 3-season sleeping bag from a mountain warehouse shop. I think it's actually been great for 30 quid. Had it down to -4. That's good going. Kev, have you tried the DD drawer 2? It's center zip, so you can use it upside down like a quilt. Yeah, no, the only person that I seen had one was Carlisle. He got a DD drawer 2, and I think they're actually quite dangerous because of the waterproof bottom, because you're supposed to be able to wear your boots in it to bed at night. And if you want to stand up in the middle of the night, you can stand on the ground with the waterproof bottom. His feet, because it was like, all the heat went to the bottom and it was plastic, they actually soaked him to the bone. His bottom of his legs and all his feet, because he didn't sleep in his boots, but in his socks, they were absolutely sodden wet. John, in the morning, he wringed his socks out. He was literally wringing the water out of his socks. So we sent it back to DD and said, "You're going to kill people. If people take that in the hills, they're gonna and they get out in the extreme cold. They're gonna like get really bad, like, what do you call it, blisters and ice burn and like to try one for shits and giggles." The concept was good, but it's not really good in practical. Grand Canadian, wow, yeah, for one backpack. Use the sleeper extreme with a fleece liner, comfortable, -6. And yeah, bet that felt cold. Yeah, it's just a really. I can see like why they've done it, like a waterproof bottom, but obviously they didn't think about to Yeah, they didn't think about practicality. I was referring to seams ripping, etc. Didn't know that about John. Yeah, he sent it straight back. But he has a bit of a love-hate relationship with DD anyway. He, they've sent him some stuff and he's absolutely mullered it and, you know, give it some tests, and there was always falling out. Well, I think they've actually changed, but the first model that they brought out was terrible. People was walking up in the hill and all the crap was falling out the backpack out the bottom. Yeah. Well, this was another example of trying things out. I'm not assuming things will work. Yeah, but this was it. But he told them, but they wouldn't have it. He told DD exactly what had gone on, and he had video. The worst thing was he had video evidence. You know, he's a YouTuber, and they would not have it that it happened. So, your customer service is what it is. You know. But it only makes sense. Anyone that understands anything, you know, about camping and tents and temperature and condensation, yeah, of course it's gonna, you know, all the water's just gonna gather on the plastic. I mean, it gets condensation, you know, even in really good vented tents and stuff. You put like a little cooker or something in there, and you're gonna get condensation, or you know, in your vestibule. I mean, or anyone that's ever slept in a vehicle, they're just basically just calling a liar. Should be a few people learning from about customer service. I do that though anyway. Like I said, that was one of my little rituals around the campfire. Is that I always get my shoes off before I go to bed. I always, you know, even if it's not particularly wet out, you're still going to sweat. So yeah, I always try and do that. When I'm going to the woods just for a weekend, I don't always take enough socks. If I'm going out hiking a lot, I always do, but I don't even take a spare set of clothes most of. And we're back. Sorry about that. People, etc., for being crap, RE condensation, and you see them cooking in it. It's funny. You can produce a pint of condensation at night. Wow. I didn't know that. So he was probably squirting out a pint of condensation out his socks. But the Fingers did that as well, didn't they? The hammocks, the travel hammocks, they did that as well. They had the Frontline, which was brilliant, and I've got the Frontline XL, and then they did the travel hammock, and they made it with a plastic waterproof bottom so that I think it was so it can be used on the ground. Yeah, a friend of mine got one when we was going up to Scotland. Well, I didn't travel with him; I just met him there, and he was that wet in the morning, and it was March, so it was bitter in Scotland. In fact, it did snow, and he was that wet. It was that wet that he looked like he'd pissed his pants. So everyone was just giving him grief the whole camp, saying that he'd pissed his pants, because they didn't know what was going on. He didn't know it was from the the hammock. Yeah, everyone was just getting a few beers in them and just saying he just pissed his pants. Used the Mountain Warehouse bivvy that didn't breathe and soaked me bag. Don't lie, Andy. You pissed the bed. I thought about saving the little silicone packets from packaged electronics and putting them in my sleeping bag, or at least around the tent. We can buy them. We can buy like for 60p, like a tub of for a dehumidifier. But I have. I think I had a box full when I was doing a lot with craghoppers. Craft show. I'd always just take a load of them silicons, and I think I've still got a big massive bag of them somewhere. But it's good for putting in. I used to put them in the Dutch oven and stuff to stop that going rusty or anything like that, or in my little pouch with my brew kit in or anything like that that has been used in my boiled water or something, or not dried it when you put it away. And yeah, I used to always use them in that. Something like Milo will do the same thing. Yeah. Best bivvy, I've always stuck with the Army, the Gore-Tex bivvy, but I don't even think that's particularly breathable, and it's supposed to be. Andy, yes, Andy, I love the Hunker XL. Yeah, you've taught me into that one. That's probably the one I'll end up getting. Better than the Snug Pack. I think it's a bit tighter than the Snug Pack, but I think Zoe rates her Snug Pack. I think Gareth will probably tell you. Don't they do kitty litter like them gels? No idea. Never had a cat. Do like my Hunker. It packs down so small. Says Ben, Yucks Wanderer. Better for me, yeah, as it's bigger. That's what I knew we would say there. Explorer and Vady, hi guys. Are you with us tonight from home, or are you in a hospital? Hey, kind of. I kind of count Hoop if it's separate from a normal one. So he does love a Snug Pack. One of the Snug Packs holes broke out second time out. That's a bit of a bummer. Yeah, Hunker XL for me, the same size as Army issue bags. So we get some over a Snug Pack, but it's tiny. Tiny pack size. Ooh, said Andy. Yeah, well, I'll probably end up getting the Snug Pack for Lily and the Hunker for me. You did talk me into that. That will be for the bivvy camp, I would imagine, somewhere in summer. Part of the 12 camp challenge. I'm definitely not doing the other ones till summer either. The 5 items or the £10 pound shot one. Make sure you get the XL. Oh, for sure. I'm going to get the same sleeping bag as you as well, because it's got the fat boy extension on it that I need. Not had any condensation to speak of in the Hunker. Took it to Sweden and did great. I want to go back to Sweden or Norway. Too many things going on in my head. Too many camps and projects I want to do. Not enough time off. Not enough time that Lily gets off school. And in the 6 weeks holidays, it's going to be tight because I've already got 2 holidays. Obviously, I'm going abroad and then doing the lagoon. So yeah, the fat panel is great. I never realised it was wider than the Arctic as well. Penal. Back to Kev's other channel. I'm not saying that one out loud. That's a totally different thing. Yeah, that's what it means. That'll get me demonetized for sure. Now we're back up to the normal amount of viewers. I wondered where everyone was. Anyone just hanging around in the background, not said hello yet? Just say hello, we're all friendly. Ouch. Oh, removed it. But yeah, that's what it means. So CR, we've got someone in from New York, who's saying it's pretty mild where they are. What's it like in Canada at the minute? I've literally just been watching a video of some guy who I've just found on YouTube just before the live chat started, where he hired a U-Haul, then went out in this U-Haul in minus 35. He had a propane cooker and a propane buddy heater, and none of them would work right. The butane and the propane, obviously, when it gets below zero, they don't work very well. So yeah, it was that cold that his thermometer broke, so he couldn't. He was trying to show us what the temperature was inside the van. Then his screen froze on his phone, and he was trying to make a stew. And his water had froze, and it was just I don't know if that would have been me camping in that van in minus 35. Mental snow in Canada at the minute. I've seen somewhere as I'm sure Spain's just had a load, isn't there? Just a massive storm Gloria or something just gone through Spain. To be honest, I find it hard to imagine what minus 30 is like. I'm not sure what the coldest I've been, but it's never been near that. No, me either. Love to move to Canada. I mean, they get like proper summers and proper winters, so. But you know, from what I've seen, the more prepared for it. You know, when we get snow over here, and the country just goes to a standstill, doesn't it? You know, but I've seen like going down the footpaths and stuff where they've got like proper like snow plows and, you know, just to do the footpaths, never mind the roads. And yeah, it's like Norway. I've got a friend who lives in Norway, and we had that bit of snow in the Beast of the East, and he was posting at this, you know, there was like roads past his house, and the snow either side, I'm not joking, must have been 20 feet high either side of like the road, and there was nothing on the road at all. And he was like, oh, so you've had a bit of snow, have you? And then showed us these pictures all on Facebook, and it was just crazy. Less cold out is like minus 20 C, and less a major snowfall up to like a metre. I'd love to move to Canada, yeah, we all would, I think. Brendan got a new Ridgeline Cyclone smock in sales. It was like minus 40 in the wind last week. Snowbank's taller than people. Not just cold snow, but some awesome mammal tracking. Yeah, I mean everything. The freedom. I had a family member that moved to Canada, and she said the quality of life was so much better. She went from a 3-bed semi with 1 vehicle to 2 vehicles and a massive like house on the edge of the woods. Did you get me one too, B? Yeah, it's another thing I've been looking at, smocks, but while I'm losing weight, I'm not really spending any money on clothing just yet. You have to slow down to turn, as you might not see people on the sidewalk, for example. It's got you one, apparently. It's there for you. You'll have to go. You'll have to travel up there. Out and about with Valley. Hey, all popped up in my recommendations. welcome to the chat. I've not seen the name pop up before, so welcome to the chat tonight. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where from the world are you? Cheers. Have you seen Craig is doing a Canada trip in the canoes? Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen Craig's out. We're planning it. I've just been watching Paul Kirtley's series. I think he's done a 4-part series and he's released 3 of the parts up to now. Gareth put me onto it. It was nice. The trash though, I couldn't believe the amount of trash that he's finding. Whenever I watch people like Joe Robinette or anyone go out into the wilderness, it's always pristine. And I just can't believe how much rubbish there was. He was finding it nearly on every camp. I think he had about 180 kilometers to do over sort of around 2 weeks. And yeah, just all these at the end of every day, like doing like 20k in his canoe and then just going to a camp and it's full of rubbish. It was just balmy. It didn't make sense. I can't understand why people go to such pristine locations and then just leave trash everywhere. Yeah, Craig's in Norway now, isn't he? He's with Kev. I remember when we used to fly flags from our vehicle antenna so you could see cars over the snowbanks. Crazy. For your information, it wasn't with us. Canada, enough said. I'm from Glasgow, love outdoors, walking and finding old abandoned buildings, etc. I'm camping. No, man after my own art. I do a bit of urbexing and a bit of stuff like that myself. He was saying it was locals from what he found. Sadly, that's what people are like all over the world. Yeah, I know. It's just like I couldn't imagine. Like I just couldn't imagine it. Obviously, if we was to go and set up a trip there and we went over there and I got there and I seen all that rubbish and that, I'd just be devastated, you know. All that planning, all that expense, all that traveling. And a lot of it was like cardboard and stuff that could easily have just been just popped in a fire. Fishermen and that, leave no trace, bring your things out. I've seen people even leave paracord behind. Sorry, I had to do something. What did I miss? We were just on about Paul Kirtley's latest series where he's went over to do one of the big rivers in Canada. I think he went in August last year, and there was just trash everywhere. It was just balmy. I hate litter. If you bring it in, you walk out. Yep. Yeah, I've been talking about some bivvies. Paracord hanging from trees and sachet corners torn off for the two most common I find. Mine's bottles. Mine's glass bottles, which is it's been crazy. The amount of rubbish etc. is awful. Unneeded fire pits, see them everywhere. I've seen the first episode. It's a poor show. All that rubbish. Yeah, and he was devastated. Like I said, that we would be. He was devastated. Yeah, the thing with fire pits though, it's like like when he was canoeing around. I get that these you know at the end of the canoe, you know he has to have fire because it's just not practical to take that much gas or whatever. And I understand that, you know, in that situation it's probably best that the fire pit is left, you know. So at the end of like the portage or at the end of like the dotted route, there's only one fire pit in the location. it's like where I go to camp in my local woods. We've got like permission to be there, and we've got several fire pits, but that's just so that we don't exhaust one area too much. You know, we'll camp at a spot and then let it recover and move to another spot and then move to another spot. And if we've got fire pits there, if there's anyone that's not supposed to be there, or there's teenagers or whatever, hopefully it's that fire pit that will get used, and then they don't mess around and light fires next to trees or next to roots or in the peat or in the moss or whatever that can cause like the forest to burn down. So I've been bringing bags into the woods so I can haul trash out once the pack weight lights. There's no reason to grab a couple of kilos of litter. That's all we've done, and that's how we got permission. We was just camping in there. We never really had permission to camp in the woods, and we was just cleaning it up. There was that much glass and like old beer cans that we bumped into the owner one time, and he noticed, and he goes, "Is it you that's cleaned it all up?" And we said, "Oh yeah." Obviously, we don't want glass around. Lily back then, bloody hell, she was like 4 or 5. You know, we don't want our kids playing around in trash or rubbish. And he said, "Oh yeah, you boys are welcome to come back anytime." And that's how we got permission, just by cleaning up the woods. And it's not in bad condition. You get a bit of plastic bottles, like when you've had some dog walkers walking through or whatever, and they'll just chuck the bottle of water on the edge of something, and then we just go, like I say, we just pick it up. We haul, most of us like a good drink when we go camping in the woods, so we've always got like a bag to bring out anyway of our own trash. So sometimes a fire pit is best, I agree. Sometimes it's not. We take our dog everywhere. Nightmare. Frankie carries him sometimes. A mad working spaniel as well. All the way to the paracord out. I think that they couldn't bother to undo a notch, and knowledge of notches are easy to recover most cordage. Yep. I camped down the southwest coast in the summer. There was a small patch of flat grass that had half a dozen separate fire pits near each other. I didn't understand that at all. It's bizarre, isn't it? Like you say, you wouldn't want any land to be scarred, but it's like all the locks that are now banning wild camping at some of the locks. I know, is it Loch Ness? You know, they're about to ban that. I think Loch Lomond, they've banned wild camping on that because of the rubbish. But if they did have a few dedicated fire pits, I know it's still a bit of a scar on the land, but is it better to have a couple of scars and just being plastered everywhere? I don't know. Dog food bags. Oh yeah, I think we've had an episode once just on dog food bags. It's just mind-boggling. There was no point ever picking a dog poo up if you're just going to fling it in the edge. So now what could have biodegraded in 2 weeks is now going to take 1,000 years. The plastic bag. It just it's just bizarre. If you're anywhere and your dog craps and you really don't want to pick, just grab a stick and just flick it off the main path so no one's going to tread in it. Be harmless. People who are thoughtless will be thoughtless regardless of what is provided for them. They are selfish and do whatever they want regardless. True that. But it's like, you know, Andy, you've been to Sweden. You've been at some of them spots where they've got the little Dano huts and that. And it's better just to have like a main fire pit there, you know, than be dotted over all over the islands or whatever. Oh, excuse me. Gotta feel good and alive. Why? What's going on, Adi? Excuse me. I don't have a dog, but they Might be bags made from corn. Yeah. Stick and flick. Exactly. What else? Hemp. I've seen them making carry bags, like even like shopping carry bags out of hemp. 100% biodegradable and sustainable, but nothing ever come of that. I had a good rant on one of my videos about poo bags, dog shit pit. I think the place is known as. Oof. Yeah, I think I think I've just been in the woods. I've been into woods I've not been to for ages when this video went out, and as soon as I got out of the car park, it must be like everyone that was just getting. As soon as I was in the car park and just starting the walk, is where most people would end the walk as well. And the trees, honestly, all these spruces and pines. I must have counted 100 poo bags, and I just turned around and left. It looked like they tried to decorate it like you would a Christmas tree, like the whole woods. I always think someone has left me a Cadbury if I sort of eat. Had a good run. Yeah, I'm back. Just went to the shop for milk. Poetry. I read somewhere of a generator for dog poo in there. I'll probably walk a spot that power light. Great idea, but a bit over the top. I always pick up my dog's poo in areas with kids playing, but carry to bin. Yeah, like I say, you only need to be a bit thoughtful, because you often find with the dog walkers, if the ones that do just leave them in the middle of the footpaths, they'll use them footpaths probably every day if they take the dog out every day. So they've got the risk of walking that crap literally in their own house, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Just flick it in the edge; it'll break down soon enough. But plaggy battle and plaggy bag won't. That's the only other bugbear for me as well. Is like when you just in our woods, there's like a track that goes through it. It's not actually a public footpath, but it's right on the edge, right next to the road, and I think the owners, sort of live with the fact that people are going to walk through there. But I don't know why. But there's always someone's always gone for a wee just at the side of the edge and just left what do you call it, a baby wipe just like half on a branch or something, just hanging there. Just looks like a hanky just hanging on a hedge. Stick and flick in the countryside, pick up in the town is my method. Yeah, that should be a pretty good slogan, that. Should have that above the dustbins, shouldn't they? It's big business dog walkers I find the worst. I live in a really rural village in Lincolnshire, so we don't really get a lot of them. Don't agree with stick and flick as someone that walks off the track. I suppose there's got to be some element of sensibility about it. Like, what I mean is like into hedge bottoms and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Where nobody would be walking. If it's still in like an open, if you take your dog to the park, and it was a big open area of like grass, short grass, then yeah, I'd still bag it. But yeah, loads around here, roughly 10 dogs each. What? Nothing worse than standing in dog crap, flick it into brambles, etc. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's still got to be an element of intelligence about it. All dog poo should be picked up and put in a bin. Hashtag no more brown hanging around. I personally flick it in Andy's camp. What you two do when you're on camp is probably best left alone. You got good followings between you. You don't need to jeopardize that. Poo wars. We should be on about dog poo wars, right? Poo fights. How the hell did we get onto this? Lower the tone, Gareth, again. It's all Gareth's fault. Lower the tone, Gareth. Who flung dung? I blame Andy. I'm old enough to remember when no one was picking it up. White poop could be seen on every corner. Change the subject, Kev. You're in charge. I remember white dog poos. I was speaking to someone about this the other day and they was like, it's not a thing. And I'm like, it used to be white dog poos. Literally. I'm sure it's from bone, wasn't it? When the dog was on a diet of lots of bone, they have like white poos or something, or dehydrated or something, I can't remember. Yeah, let's change the subject about dog poos now. Anyone that's new that's just joining, yeah, we're sorry. The convo has gone to shit. Literally has. Literally has. Don't change the colour. Hilarious. Terrible diet that would be. Glasgow. Why'd you get to go camping in Glasgow then? But you've got to get right out of town. Enough of this number 2 chat, innit? So what should we talk about now? Oh, is everyone over me? I've only ever been to Glasgow once and I think I was going to get beat up badly. We went to Glasgow. My mate was a lorry driver. Well, he's a lorry driver, and he'd asked me to come for driving the wagon. So I said, yeah, all right, I won't do a note. So we travelled up to a car factory in Glasgow. And when we woke up in the morning, there was like a catering van right in front of the wagon. Literally opened the curtains and it was right there. So me being a bit of a divvy, all these workers had lined up to get their breakfast out of this bloody van. And this guy was massive, really scruffy ginger hair, string vest with all holes in it. And I went and asked him for a full English dinner. What do you want for breakfast? Told him a full English. So I waited in the queue, got my fried breakfast, got back to the wagon, sat in there, no sausage. So I went in there and complained about this. Oh, he just slapped the spatula straight down on the thing, a square sausage, wasn't it? I was moaning I never had one. And yeah, all these people wanted from me that I'd asked for full English and then tried to return it because there was no sausage. I thought we'd better get out of here. They're going to chop me up. Talking about poo made a compost toilet today. That's why the pictures in my WhatsApp have come from then. You must have shared them in one of the WhatsApp groups, Glenn, in MTFU or something. And I was just looking through my photos earlier and there was a loo just popped up in my photos. 40 minutes I can be on Loch Lomond, Galloway Forest, Ayrshire, Edinburgh, anywhere really. I'm going to time Owen out. Why? What did Owen say? I can't see. Silly boy, full English. Oof. I'll never live that down. Kev at home. AD, what did I ask, buddy? I've been reading that many comments and concentrating on the chat that I forgot what I asked. He said cat shit. Only probably about WhatsApp. I have to sense my pics in case kids look. I know, it's terrible. It has calmed down a bit now. It used to be all about bloody rosebuds and some right funky stuff. I think when Fergs was a bit more active in the WhatsApp, oh, he used to send some funky stuff. Yeah, I used to go up to East Lothian every spring. I was part of a Facebook group that used to have the regular meets at Blink Bonnie Woods in East Lothian. I think it was near. Is it Gifford? Yeah, I think it was Gifford. But I've not been for the last few years because they're like the Facebook group sort of dissolved a little bit. Okay, got to slip out on Woodland Campcraft, enjoy the chit chat. Maybe not so much the other topic. Yeah, take care, everyone. Yeah, cheers for that. Cheers for dropping by, CR. I did jump in your live stream the other day, and if I see you pop up, I'll pop in for a bit. But usually when you do yours at evening, it's really, really late here, so I'll try. I was on holiday one time with a couple that I called Daisy and Onslow. They tried to tell me about being on toast, but I wasn't believing that. Did you ever get out on like a boat or like a canoe or out? There's a few people I've been talking to that said they wouldn't mind getting up into Scotland, maybe on the canoe for some canoe camps. But obviously, insider knowledge is better than just trying to Google Maps sometimes. I've made a little WhatsApp group for the Blue Lagoon people that's attending, and I showed a picture from Google Earth for the of the lagoon and then of the car park, and someone was saying there's all that land at the side of the car park like flat, and then I had to show them the picture of like the hills, because on Google Earth it just looked like flat grass. So it'd be nice. Me and Gareth were talking. It'd be nice just to get away sometimes and like not bump into humans or as few as possible, and be proper away in the wilderness. Even when I went to Sweden, it was it was remote, but there was still like still log cabins everywhere, and people's homes and that, and yeah, it just didn't. I think the other thing as well with Sweden, I don't know if Andy agrees, was that you couldn't see the wilderness, because you're at water level in a canoe, so you're really low down, and then most of the lake around Ed is all steep banks with like pine forest on, so you couldn't actually see like the vista for far or the landscape beyond, so you never really got like a true sense of feeling of for the wilderness. I don't know if you felt the same, Andy, but it was peaceful and all that, but yeah, we're seeking some solitude. Not now, but when I was younger, I used to go sailing with my dad way up Oban or Inverness Way, even just 1 or 2 nights. Oh, it'd be a long drive for 1 or 2 nights. I think I'd want to do 4 or 5, I reckon. just that same thing with canoe camping though. It's like I've got the van. I could travel up there, have a couple of nights in the van here, there, and everywhere, and or even hammock or tent. But then it's like when you've canoed for like 2 or 3 days, it's like getting back in it. How do you get back to your vehicle? It's the same old dilemma for canoe camping that I just can't even get my head figured out, even like local. Oh, I've got you, yeah. Yeah, just solitude for 1 or 2 nights, yeah. You should hopefully get that on your next mountain camp. Still only Dartmoor hours remote as I've felt, but yeah, wouldn't mind being even more so. Didn't see or hear a soul on Dartmoor yesterday. When we camped up at, when we did that hammock camp on the beach at Caton Bay, that wasn't bad because it was like a, like a cove, and the sea come to there. So when the sea was in at night, it was you was blocked off from anybody. So that felt good that there was like no one around. But obviously they ended up, we bumped into Prep Nomad and Stevie Frogmoon up there, and then there was 4, 5 or 6 of us or something like that anyway. And then the second night, I think Ginger Bushcraft and that come. So there was ended up being a fair few of us, so it wasn't like didn't feel proper remote. But I did like the idea of like when the sea come in, no one could come down to Camper. That was pretty good. I'm heading up north around Easter time. Can't wait. Need about 4 or 5 days. Canoes and kayaks are very popular near me. The places I went as a teenager seemed like the end of the earth. Now you can't even find a place to park. Figures. It figures. I do love that feeling of being cut off, like an island, etc. Makes me more at ease. Oh, when it's part of the 12 camp challenge, get on an island somewhere. Game of Thrones, yeah, I can tell what you're trying to make me say, but happily take yourself out of the chat and fuck off. Been in and out of hospital last few years with kidney stones. I get them 6 or 8 times a year. Most of the rivers by me are filled with paddle boarders. Yeah, it's beginning to get a popular thing now, isn't it? Paddleboarding. I think it's like the ease of being able to pack them away. I don't know if I've got the balance, but I wouldn't mind giving it a go somewhere. Paddleboarding looks like it would kill your back to me. Storley was as remote as I've ever felt. But I know what you mean with it not having. Oh yeah, I forgot the Ben went. Not having a view of the wilderness and the houses every so often. Yeah, it was just like, I don't know which way you guys went in, but we went into we actually landed in Norway and then took the train into Sweden. But when you was landing in Norway, I think the airport's shut now. Actually, is it Oslo? No, I don't know. The airport is shut now. Yeah, it shut not long after. But when you was coming in, there was just lakes and forest everywhere. When we was landing, it looked stunning. Norway did, and it just, when everyone come back and it was like, oh, I bet it was breathtaking. I bet it took your breath away. And I thought, well, actually, no, it didn't. It wasn't like you could see like, snow-capped mountains all around and all the rest of it. It was, yeah, I don't know. It was nice, and I'd go back. I'd love to go back. But yeah, it wasn't that, like when you get up to Lake District sometimes and you just It takes your breath away. It's yeah. One of the G's that I'm recovering from my burst appendix. Oof. I like to watch the ladies paddleboarders. They tend to be quite fit. I went to Stockholm and got the train. I like my canoe, no chance. I paddleboard, didn't. Hoping to go to guys cliff camping. I like my canoe, no chance of paddleboarding, but my eldest probably. Yeah, I think it's like a chance for people to get on the water with, you know, like without the storage and without the, the traveling. I know like there is inflatable kayaks out there, but most people would have just assumed that there was crap. It was only when Gareth got his and put me onto his that I realised that, there was stable and there was, heavy duty and stuff. Still never really give him praise for that. I said I would. When I do a proper canoe camp video, we'll give you a shout. I would say you put me onto that. Better to sit, kneel down than stand haunched over. I think most paddleboarders I've ever stood have all been perfectly up straight. I saw a guy taking his bird out on a paddleboard. I felt quite old after that point. I've seen one on the YouTube, but there's about 10 people on it. It was massive. I think it was called a Megalodon board. Oh, this thing was ginormous. There was fishing on it, and there was literally catching sharks from a paddleboard and all sorts. Out and about with Ali, I feel for you. Too bloody cold here to do any water sport. I'm so fat when I get into my canoe, it looks like a paddleboard anyway. But this is what I was worried about, the inflatables. I thought that was going to be the same. Sorry, I just got a call off WhatsApp. I don't know if I lost you then, but I'm sorry if I did. Surely you can't put too much of a stroke into a stood up straight. I don't know, it just sounds uncomfortable to me. Yeah, no, they have I think they do have a longer paddle designed for that, but I don't think it's all about getting some speed up, is it? I think it's just like cruising around on lakes and flat water. Cue the poor music. My speakers nearly blew up. Yeah, sorry about that. So someone just tried ringing on WhatsApp, and the music's the Stranger Things theme tune of a TV show. I thought the live stream went on a cliffhanger. Family canoe is the way forward. Well, I could go another punter, I guess. I don't know. It seems effortless, all the people I've seen doing it, but like Lofa says, they tend to be young, fit, healthy people that are on these things. But yeah, I think we're just coming up for 2 hours, and I've got to get back in touch with this person who just rang me. When I say it's unsinkable, I consider it a challenge. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it then. I'll get back in touch with my buddy who's been trying to ring me for like 2 days. Thanks there seems to be a good few new people in the chat tonight, so thanks to everyone for sticking with us, and hope we've not bored you too much. Good bunch of lads in here and ladies. I hope you've enjoyed chatting with them in the side chat. I'm sure you probably know a fair few of them off YouTube anyway, and if they're not, just about everyone has a YouTube channel and they're all decent, so go and check out the side chats channels. And yeah, we do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. If we can. I mean, we've done it for the last I don't know, 7 or 8 weeks. We only had Christmas Day off, so should be here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Drop us a thumbs up if you haven't already to counteract these 2 thumbs downs we've got. It really does help out with the algorithms and tries to promote this chat so more people get to see it. Andy, I'm going to try and check out your latest video before the night ends, so I'll see you in the comment section for that. Thanks for giving the chat a shout out on your live stream, buddy. Really appreciate that. And anyone wants to get involved with the 12 challenge, you know, use the Instagram hashtag 12camp challenge, and we'll see you all Wednesday 8 p.m. next week. And now I've just got to remember how to end it. See you later, guys.